This season is not for multiplayer fans. I have been saying this since 2019. It's been upsetting. It's been upsetting all the way back to COD World War II, where the DLCs contained 3 multiplayer maps instead of the usual 4 to make way for war maps. It's upsetting to me that Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 is containing 2 battle maps and 2 6v6 maps instead of 4 6v6 maps. 6v6 maps are what we need more of. More upsetting, the battle maps are based off of the Warzone map, and that makes sense. I actually don't disagree with that reuse of assets, is taking chunks of the Warzone map, turning it into ground war maps, and maybe turning parts of ground war maps into 6v6 maps. Hey, whatever saves on dev time and puts the most maps in rotation, I'm here for. Areas like Terminal, Afghan, High Rise are in the Warzone 2 map. I visit them in DMZ often. And yet, unfortunately, we are only getting a remake of Dome. It looks kind of just like a re-release of Dome. Hopefully there's some reworks to it to make it slightly more interesting. Infinity Ward does a pretty good job at reworking old maps a little bit. They did that with Crash and Vacant and other maps, so hopefully it's a little different. But we have Dome again, a map that we had last year, and then we have Museum, the map from the beta. Now, the Museum one, I don't really agree with everybody on. Everyone's saying it's not a new map because it was in the beta. Not everybody played with it. I don't think it was in every weekend of the beta. You can correct me on that. I'm pretty sure it got taken out during the beta. It was taken out of rotation during, or at least wasn't there at the start of the beta. Either way, it wasn't there for the whole beta in some way or fashion. I don't remember what. Even if it was in every single second of the beta, that was months and months and months ago. Hopefully they've reworked it and tweaked it a little bit, so it is a little bit different than the beta. But by all accounts, this is an original Call of Duty map. Now, they should have just popped this into the game probably a few weeks ago, just without a big season update. The fact that it's a part of a Season 2 roadmap is embarrassing, but I'm not upset to see it here because, well, yeah, I wish there was a new map in its place, and I wish they would have dropped it earlier, but I've been wanting to play on Museum since the beta, so I'm not, practically speaking, I'm happy, but the whole context of it makes it a little fishy. But of course, people want to be outraged, and outrage gets views, and outrage gets retweets. So, fuck them for doing this. They're reusing content, new in quotation marks. It's more upsetting to get another remake of Dome than it is to get Museum for me. Because we got Dome last year, and there are plenty of maps we have not seen in a long time. We haven't seen High Rise since Advanced Warfare. High Rise is a part of the Warzone map. We haven't seen Terminal since Infinite Warfare, also part of the Warzone map. Same goes for Afghan. I really hope Season 2 Reloaded just takes Terminal, Afghan, and High Rise and just puts them in the game and just showers us with that content and just give us a Modern Warfare 2 nostalgia playlist. It's something new but old, nostalgic and nice. And then hopefully Season 3 can bring us original maps. That's my hope. And I'm not really crazy for having this hope. I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 Season 2 was dreadful for multiplayer fans, because it was when they were launching Warzone, and that's when they really were trying to hype up Warzone, because it wasn't a household name yet. Season 2 of Modern Warfare had Atlas Superstore and Rust, and only Rust had a 24/7 playlist. It felt so lackluster to be a 6v6 fan. It felt so awful to be into 6v6. They really didn't want you on 6v6 anymore, and oh boy did it feel like it. Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2019 was amazing. We had Backlot, Sawmill, Anya Incursion. Later in season, we got Hard Hat and a new gunfight map, Isle 8. We got the SKS and Renetti, a completely overpowered DMR that just killed the EBR's role in the meta, which was kind of sad. But then the Renetti, which was a really fun to customize sidearm that could be 3-arm burst. We also got Reinfected Ground War and Gun Game Reloaded. We also got the Bruin later in the season, which had a really awful challenge to unlock it that ruined the game for a while. Some of you will remember that. But then also Gunsmith Customs, which is a feature already in Modern Warfare 2, but just icing on the cake here for Season 3 back in the day, they gave us the ability to mix and match attachment variants. So Season 2 not being good for multiplayer fans when Season 3 was, hopefully that pattern will repeat with Modern Warfare 2 here. Anya Incursion, Havok Sawmill, Backlot, and Hard Hat all being within the same season was just overwhelming. I know Anya Incursion was a ground war map, and just taking a chunk of it, changing the lighting, and putting it in a 6v6 isn't groundbreaking and amazing, but it was a new map in rotation. It added to the variety, and I actually appreciate that. I mean, Anya was I believe, ground war map, 10v10 map, and 6v6 map, so they really wanted you on that palace. In fact, I think they should do that same formula with other super big Call of Duty maps like, I don't know, Stonehaven. Yeah. But the thing is, Season 2 isn't just 2 6v6 maps being added to rotation. We are getting Infected, Gun Game, Grind. Later in the season, we're getting All or Nothing, Drop Zone, and One in the Chamber. We are getting an Assault Rifle, Shotgun, Crossbow, and Marksman Rifle. And then for me as a DMZ fan, I'm really excited to get a new faction, fight a new boss, and also have a new exclusion zone. So I'm not against this. And then also, I've been playing Invasion a little bit more, and I enjoy Invasion. So having the airport and the observatory as battle maps, not a bad thing for me either. In general, this isn't a season that I'm hateful towards, mostly because I do just enjoy the base game, and then also when you get into patch notes and the fact that they're tweaking the AI for DMZ and tweaking the UI for the rest of the game, I'm a little excited, genuinely. I haven't totally burnt myself out on Modern Warfare 2, because like I've mentioned in previous videos, for me personally, Call of Duty is fitting into a different part of my life, because my life is in a different state than it was just last year. Modern Warfare 2, to put it simply, is a game that I enjoy, that I want to have more content. It's getting more content, just not as much content or the kind of content I absolutely want, but not content that I'm absolutely against. So it's really, you know, I'm a shill, I guess. But there is something that genuinely concerns me. I'll have to remember to put, you know, a picture of these paragraphs in the thumbnail so you guys wait till this point in the video to see me talk about them. But I don't like how Infinity Ward and Activision are referring to the premium multiplayer as a place to just level up weapons. So they say purchase Modern Warfare 2 to get access to content across 3 modes, as well as the ability to unlock 14 exclusive operators across both games, and other ways to quickly level up the available 30 weapon platforms and over 50 weapons through multiplayer and special ops. Then it says, Modern Warfare 2 owners also get access to the DMZ faction Crown, as well as premium XP while playing Warzone 2.0. Huh. From a PR standpoint, this is awful. It's essentially telling people that bought the game, hey, you have the fastest way to level up your guns for the real modes like Warzone and DMZ. Oh, and if you own that main game, you get more stuff for DMZ than the average bloke that just downloads it for free. I'm sorry, Modern Warfare 2 is not a gateway drug to Warzone and DMZ, Activision. That is not how this game is played. I know the free-to-play ecosystems actually end up making you more revenue, probably per minute, than the $60, $70 video game, but I'm sorry, don't be an idiot. Oh, and that goes to Activision and you people watching this. You see, Activision does need to provide the premium Call of Duty experience with premium amounts of post-launch content. Ideally, every season would have 2 to 3 maps at the launch of the season and 1 to 2 maps in the mid-season, especially if they're going to be reusing so many assets and areas from their Warzone and Ground War maps for 6v6 maps. But to all of you people looking back fondly on the old ways of getting 4 multiplayer maps and a zombies map, for instance, with the old season passes, you have to understand, that meant you had to put in about $110. Those were $60 games with $50 season passes. So the premium experience you were getting cost you $110 versus the experience you're getting now, which costs you $70 at launch, maybe around $45 when it goes on sale a little bit later on. On top of that, to access things like Battle Royale or DMZ, I think they're adding Plunder sometime eventually, like, that's free. So the context has changed drastically. And if you're gonna say you wish the season passes would come back and you would just gladly drop $50 at launch to get everything throughout the rest of the season, hey, more power to you. But understand that that is an $111 package. And if they did a $50 season pass these days, it would be a $120 package. Look, part of me would love it if we got, 4 map packs for $15 again, maybe like $20 map packs that come with a battle pass. I wouldn't mind that. My issue is they're making so much money off of their store bundles and the battle pass and the sales of the game. I don't see them drastically changing up this release method. But I do see, and I have seen in the past, seasons get better over time. Right now, they're focusing on Warzone and DMZ. And right now, they are using Modern Warfare 2 as a grinding platform for Warzone and DMZ. And I can't help but notice the 3 remade maps we've gotten, Shoot House, Shipment, and Dome, are all really small maps that are going to be great for grinding. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Rust next season for the same thing. It's a win-win, right? Call of Duty players want to level up their stuff fast, and Call of Duty players love crazy hectic matches, so just keep pumping small maps in and encourage Warzone players to buy the game so they can level up faster and have a change of pace. Ugh. The core multiplayer fan base that is still around since Modern Warfare, the original, those original core players, I think need to have a bone thrown to them next season. So hopefully we get a bunch of either new maps or really well done remade maps. I would love High-Rise Terminal, Favela, and Afghan being added into the game alongside a UMP intervention and ACR. That would be really cool to me. Give us a chunk of nostalgic content that says you remember why we still play 6v6. I think that's what a lot of us are looking for, and we're just not getting it. But also new maps and new gimmicks, new weather effects and interactable environments. Do new things to make even old maps feel new. I really don't like how stale this content feels. But I've completely lost the plot of this video. Season 2 is not about multiplayer, and this has been going on since Warzone was introduced. Hell, Black Ops 4 gave a similar vibe due to Blackout, and them focusing so much development time on Blackout while 6v6 multiplayer was considered dying then. Sorry, 5v5 multiplayer. Goddamn. Honestly, Call of Duty has been struggling with this exact topic, arguably since COD World War II. It's just changed faces and gotten worse and gotten a little better and been a turbulent little subject in the community since, like, I would say, 2017, 2016. The last Call of Duty where a season pass got you what it was, in my opinion, a premium amount of content was Infinite Warfare. Seeing how for $100 I got the game, I got Modern Warfare Remastered, I got the season pass, and the season pass gave you access to every new base weapon added, as well as a bonus to your daily login bonus every day. So Infinite Warfare stays winning after all these years. Tragic for everyone that shat on that game, but it was better than this. It was better than the game before it, and it was better than the games right after it. And you were all just too fucking snooty to like it. Unlike me. I was an intellectual. I loved Infinite Warfare. I loved it before it was cool. I love it and it's still not cool. I forgot why I'm recording this. I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.